7 pros and cons that you need to know before moving to Brentwood, Tennessee. If you don't know who I am, my name is Sam Coleman Johns. I'm a real estate agent here in Nashville, Tennessee. And my partner Brandon and I help families from all across the country, just like you, find their home here in Middle Tennessee. And I simply make these videos to help answer any of your questions about Nashville and the surrounding area, so that when you do decide to make the move here, you give me a call, you shoot me a text, send me an email, or you can even click the link below and schedule a Zoom call with us, because we'd love to see you guys face to face and start that process. So you're thinking about purchasing a home here in Brentwood, Tennessee, and you want to make the right decision for you and your family. Well, let me tell you, it's becoming more and more popular by the minute. And today I want to share with you all the information you need to know about Brentwood's location, educational system, safety, job market, economy, and of course, the cons of living in Brentwood. So Brentwood is a pretty nice sized city with a population of 42,000 people. It's only a 15-minute drive to downtown Nashville, 20 minutes to the airport, and a 10-minute drive to Cool Springs, which is where all the shopping is located in Franklin. It's one of Nashville's most popular and sought after suburbs because of its great schools, great proximity, and access to everything you need within minutes. Currently, 90% of Brentwood's residents own their own home, making it a great area for purchasing a place to live. The economy in Brentwood is extremely strong, and the median income is $160,000. There's so many reasons people are moving to Brentwood, so let's jump right into it. So education is a topic we get a lot of questions about from parents, because most families moving to the Brentwood area are moving or relocating from out of state. Now, if you're watching this video and you're local, you probably have a great idea of the educational system, but for the people who don't, the people who are relocating, or if you're just not in the Williamson County area, I'm gonna give you some stats on the Williamson County and Brentwood educational system. Brentwood is served primarily by Williamson County School District, which is currently ranked the 3rd best public school district in Tennessee, and Brentwood has 15 elementary schools, 7 middle schools, and 6 high schools. Brentwood also has 2 major high schools, Ravenwood High School and Brentwood High School, and both of these schools are extremely competitive and put a huge priority on education and sports with over 18 different programs. Now, WCS, which stands for Williamson County School District, if you hear me refer to WCS throughout this video, has approximately 42,000 students between 11 high schools, 11 middle schools, 27 elementary schools, and 1 K through 8th grade school. In 2022, Ravenwood High School had 98% of their students graduate on time or early, and Brentwood High School also had 98% of their students graduate on time or early. Now let's talk about the economy of Brentwood. Everybody knows that there's so much growth happening in Nashville, but there's also a ton of growth happening on the outskirts of Nashville in places like Brentwood and Spring Hill and Franklin and Murfreesboro. But Brentwood is one of those hubs for the bigger companies. The Brentwood economy employs almost 21,000 people, and the largest industries are healthcare and social assistance, professional and technical services, and retail trade. So there's plenty of job opportunities here. You're only 10 minutes away from downtown Nashville. You're like an 8-minute drive from Cool Springs, and those places are located north and south of Brentwood that offer even more jobs. Now, when it comes to safety, Brentwood is highly ranked as one of the safest cities in Tennessee. It's actually 75% lower than Tennessee's average violent crime rate. You don't really hear about violent crimes happening in Brentwood, Tennessee. Now, petty crimes or theft or things like that may be a little bit higher, but keep in mind, you're still 75% lower than Tennessee's average crime rate. But always be aware of your surroundings. Anything can happen, and I think that's the case anywhere in the world. Just double check to make sure your car is locked. Don't leave any valuables that are visible in the line of sight, like an expensive pair of sunglasses, purse, money, jewelry, anything like that. Just be really mindful of your surroundings. Now, when it comes to location, Brentwood is flat out the best. I mean, you really have the best of all worlds. You have bigger lots, you have a great educational system, you're 15 minutes south of downtown Nashville, you're about 15 to 18 minutes west of the International Airport, 8 minutes south of Cool Springs, which has shopping, and you're also like 15 minutes away from Green Hills, which is in Nashville, for additional shopping. This is why it's one of the most sought after cities in the area. And like I mentioned earlier, because Brentwood sits in between these 2 cities, Franklin and downtown Nashville, it gives you the ability to do whatever you need to do in minutes. You can do all your shopping and entertaining and eating in Cool Springs, or if that doesn't work for you, you can just zip right up to downtown Nashville or in the Green Hills area and do the exact same thing. Now, if you're commuting to downtown Nashville for work, this could be one of the first cons on the list, because traveling north on Interstate 65 in the mornings and afternoons can get a little rough. And if you watch my pros and cons on Nashville, Tennessee, I go way more in depth on the traffic. We don't really have a robust transportation system, so everybody's commuting into work. They're either driving themselves or they're taking an Uber. But as long as you're up, you can beat that early traffic, you'll be fine. Now, if you look at Nashville International Airport, you're about 20 minutes away or so, give or take, just depending on where you're located in Brentwood, Tennessee. But a fun fact about our airport is we're located within a 2-hour flight of 75% of the US market, which is one of the reasons why I think Nashville is so primed to be a global hub for so many corporate companies. Now, this could also be a con depending on your perspective, but in the last 90 days, the least price home that sold was $350,000, and that was a 3-bed, 2-bath home that was purchased probably as a teardown. Now, you also want to keep in mind, because I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, Brentwood has 2 sides to it. You have Williamson County, and then you also have Davidson County. So if you're thinking about moving to Brentwood on the Williamson County side because you want the better public schools, better property taxes, you're going to be looking between $600,000 and $650,000 on the lower end for a home, but expect some renovation. On the flip side, the highest priced home that sold in Brentwood in the last 90 days was $8 million, and that was located in the Witherspoon luxury neighborhood. We filmed an entire neighborhood tour, basically explains what Witherspoon has to offer. So that video is linked in the description below, as well as similar videos about all things Brentwood, Tennessee. Lastly, the highest active listing in Brentwood right now is $11.2 million. And you'll notice that in Brentwood, homes can easily go over $4 million, which brings me over to my next point. We have a video coming out with the top neighborhoods, and when that is out, you'll be able to click it up here, but it'll also be linked in the description below, so keep your eyes out for that one. But living in Brentwood is awesome. I would say the only downside is that a lot of the homes there are much older, and it's really hard to find new construction neighborhoods under $1.5 million. Now, if you're looking for new construction in Brentwood, just be prepared to be over the $1 million range, unless you consider living in Nolensville, which is just outside of Brentwood. It's one of the only places that hasn't been priced out yet that still has access to Williamson County schools, and we're actually gonna do a map tour, and we're actually gonna show you on the Google map where it's located, the proximity, and we're also gonna do a neighborhood tour and show you the different neighborhoods and communities that Nolensville's offer, so be on the lookout for that. We'll have it up here in the top corner or also linked in the description below. So those are my top pros and cons. I hope it gave you a little insight on Brentwood and what it has to offer. If you're relocating out of state, leave in the comments where you're relocating from and any additional questions that we can answer for you. And if you're a local watching this, leave a comment and let us know what you thought about this episode. If there's some things that we can add to make a better video for people that are moving to the area. I'm Sam, Coleman Answer. I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. Thanks so much for watching, and see you soon.